Hello guys and welcome back to Championship Predictions. We are back with the final games before Christmas. Don't worry, we'll be back predicting just before Christmas when we have the Boxing Day games. It's a crazy time of year. I'm joined by Sophie. How are you? And set us a big Christmassy-like target.
Yeah, I'm well, and let's go big for Christmas. I want 3,000 likes on this video.
That is big. That's a bold target.
It is, but it's Christmas.
It is. It's a time of giving. Get involved. Drop a like, guys. If you have enjoyed our content this year, please be sure to support us. Drop a like. If you haven't already subscribed yet, get involved. Let's go for one last big push towards 90k before the end of the year, and share your predictions down below as well. The scores from last time, Sophie. This is embarrassing. Yeah. This is embarrassing. Yeah. This is embarrassing. Okay. Sophie's not good at predictions.
Thank you very much for that. Thought it was Christmas.
28 points.
I did say to you, please don't mention that. I think you forgot that memo. Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
And I can actually see it getting worse.
Yeah.
I'm very pessimistic right now.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, you have been dreadful.
Anyway, it's down.
No, guys, let's see if Sophie can come back from that. Let's just be honest. I've had a fantastic year doing predictions. I'm going to stay humble, but I know I've been brilliant. Right, on to the predictions, Sophie. Let's start at Kenilworth Road, where Luton Town take on Derby County. This is a difficult one, isn't it? You've got Luton, who were obviously in the Premier League last year, and Derby, who were in League One last year. Mm-hmm. Have they both kind of under and overperformed? Because Luton, we expected a lot more from. They've been pretty rubbish, and obviously they lost again last weekend, but that was against a good Blackburn Rovers. But Derby County, what a win against Portsmouth. We didn't see that coming. No. I mean, definitely helped out by some poor Portsmouth defending.
Shocking, yeah.
But it just goes to show how Derby have climatised quite well in this division. And look, on paper, at the start of the season, I would have said this would be a Luton win, but I think I'll go for a draw. Luton have the home advantage, so I respect that. I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to gain anything by copying your score, but I do see it being a 1-1. I think I said 1-1 for Derby against Portsmouth, and they turned up, Portsmouth didn't, and it was an absolute drubbing. I think we both backed Luton to lose against Blackburn, which did happen. As we said, Blackburn right now are flying and Luton are really struggling. I did read somewhere as well that apparently before the Middlesbrough game, Rob Edwards handed in his resignation and it got turned away. So I don't know if there's any truth in that, but it just shows that he has got more time despite the form being really poor, and they are massively underperforming. So I don't think a draw does them any favours being the home side, but I feel like right now Derby's confidence will be much higher than Luton's, so if anything I'd possibly lean towards them. But yeah, I'm going down the middle as well. Yeah,
do share your thoughts if you're a Luton fan, if you want to fact check that. Interesting, isn't it? It's not been a good season, and yeah, I can understand why you're going for the same prediction as me, because I'm usually pretty good at them. On to the next one, Sophie. Let's go to Hull City versus Swansea City. Pretty straightforward, is it not? Hull City are bottom, they're struggling. That said, they've got the home advantage, and if they're going to start getting any results, they've got to start getting them, well, at home, but anywhere, I suppose, as well. Swansea, we like them, we respect them, but last time round, Sophie, they were 2-0 up, and they conceded 3. They lost the game against Sunderland. Yeah. They've got to go back to winning ways here. And if Hull City play like they did against Coventry, I think Swansea will have no problems. Hull City were rubbish. Surely Hull will improve. They've got better players than some teams in this division. I don't think they're the worst team in the division, but I don't know if I can see a result here, Hull fans. I'm going to go Hull 0, Swansea 2.
Yeah, I might go 2-1 Swansea. I just feel like Hull being the home side, they might get a goal, possibly from a Swansea mistake, because we didn't see Hull create an awful lot against Coventry. I can see why they're bottom of the table right now. When you look at their team on paper, you think, well, that's not a bottom of the league kind of team. But the way they're playing, it is. I know they've got the new manager in. He didn't do much against Coventry. I know it's very early days, but I genuinely can't see them getting anything against Swansea bar a goal. So 2-1 to the Swans. 2-1
to the Swans. There you go. And you know that they'll go 2-0 up and then
score one. Concede one. Yeah.
Hull will pull one back and then
and then they'll see it out. Yeah.
We will see. Share your thoughts on that one if you're a Hull City or Swansea fan. The next game, Sophie, we are going to at Fratton Park, Portsmouth versus Coventry City. Do look out for the match vlog, probably coming on Sunday morning. So if you're a Coventry fan looking for the vlog, that's when it will be. I'm excited for this one, Sophie. We've not been to many away games this season, but let's hope it's a nice little early Christmas present from Frank Lampard's Sky Blues. We've put a couple of results together lately, and Pompey are, well, look, they had a mini resurgence, but then that defeat to Derby last time set off some alarm bells. But I do think they will be a tougher nut to crack at Fratton Park. I've been to Fratton Park before. It was a 3-3 draw. It was a crazy game. This time round, I think Coventry City's slight bit of Championship experience in comparison to Portsmouth will get this one over the line. And if Mason Clark plays, he scores. 2-1 Coventry. Come on.
I was going to say 2-1 as well, so I'll say 3-1 because I need to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I just think if Coventry play the way they did against Hull but are a little bit more clinical, if it's the same defence that turn up against Derby, I think we'll have a few goals. Mate. I really hope that they don't now want a reaction. Obviously they're going to, especially being at home, but I don't know, surely the Coventry boys have got to be looking at that game and think, I can get in there, give Mason Clark the ball there, he'll score there, and he is absolutely on fire. I thought he was the man of the match against Hull. He's been ridiculous past few games. So if he's on fire, we'll be on fire, and I think Coventry will win this one. So 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, there you go. Do share your thoughts down below. We are both heading to Fratton Park. If you're a Portsmouth fan or Coventry fan going to the game, let us know. Next up then, and we go to Hillsborough, where Sheffield Wednesday take on Stoke City. Sheffield Wednesday won again last week with that 3-1 win against Oxford United, and they take on Stoke City, who are just a nightmare to predict, aren't they? Yeah. Honestly, and I feel like I say the same stuff every time, but the Stoke fans
can get easier though.
But they can relate to us, can't they? They're probably like, yeah, we are a right nightmare. I don't know what's going to happen this week. So I wouldn't be surprised with any scoreline with Stoke City. Let's talk about Sheffield Wednesday, Sophie. Danny Roll has been linked with the Southampton job. All I'll say is don't do it. You've built up something good at Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think you will do it, by the way. But Sheffield Wednesday is a big historic club that is now back on its feet. Look at that fan base singing his name, Danny Roll. Southampton are going to come down this season. Yes, they'll be well equipped to go back up next year, but don't do it, Danny. Don't do it. As for prediction, I think it could be close, but I think Wednesday snatch it. 2-1 Wednesday. Yeah,
I'll say 2-0 Wednesday then. I feel like Wednesday being the home side, and also with Stoke being so hard to predict, you don't know what they're going to do. So I think it could be a poor Stoke performance this week. Really hard to predict, but the main thing is I think Sheffield Wednesday will be bang up for this game, and I like what I've been seeing from them, especially under Danny Roll, and that's why I think obviously their fans will want to keep him, but I think he should stay there as well. He's building something there. There's a lot of positivity right now around that club, whereas when you go to a team in the Prem that are almost destined for relegation, there'll be a lot of negativity, a lot of pressure, and he's not done it in the Prem yet, so that would be a bit of a gamble from Southampton as well. Yeah, while he's at Sheffield Wednesday, I think they're going to be doing very well, and they are doing well this season, so 2-0.
2-0, we're both back in the Owls. Do share your thoughts if you're a Sheffield Wednesday or Stoke City fan. The next one, Sophie, is at Turf Moor. Burnley take on Watford. Both sides played on the Sunday last week, both won. Great win for Watford against West Brom. They're a very good home team, aren't they?
At home, yeah, they're unreal.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wonder if I don't go for them now that they're on the road. Burnley, what a good win. You know, it's a sign of a team that will probably go up to come from behind against a team like Norwich, who've not lost many home games. I don't know. I mean, Burnley, we've spoken about the fact that they don't even have to play well and they get results. But I feel like sometimes I undervalue Watford, so I think I might give them a draw here.
Okay.
Burnley are slight favourites, especially with the home advantage, but let's go 1-1.
Yeah, I think when Burnley were losing, there was a lot of stick out there for Scott Parker, and rightly so, because I think he is quite a negative manager sometimes. Then you bring on Fleming, and I think he should be starting. I don't know why he isn't starting, actually, and he is some player, and he turned the game around. So I think if he's starting or if he comes on with enough time to impact the game, I think they'll win this one again. So I'm going to say 2-1 Burnley. I am going to give Watford a goal because they have got some good quality going forwards. But I do think Burnley's defence will keep more out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think they'll just concede 1, but they'll get it over the line. So Burnley 2-1.
Yeah, Burnley's defence has been incredible this season. So, yeah, fair play to them. The next one, Sophie, is in South Wales. Cardiff City taking on Sheffield United. Fairly straightforward. You've got to go for Sheffield United. They're just winning games and, getting clean sheets.
Hamer, isn't it? So good.
Didn't quite pay off with our sort of 3 and 4-0 predictions against Plymouth last week. Maybe we'll give Plymouth a bit of credit for not getting hammered.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sheffield United are efficient. Cardiff picking up the odd result here and there, but is this one a stretch? It might be. I'm going to go Cardiff 0, Sheffield United 1.
Go on, I'll throw in an extra goal. I'll say 2-0. I will give Plymouth their credit against Sheffield United, because we did think it'd be a hammering, especially after their recent results. But they did turn up and put in an okay performance, actually. Good defensive performance. So if Cardiff can do that and keep it low scoring, they've got a chance of getting something. But I do feel like Sheffield United's quality going forwards is just going to be on display this weekend again. So 2-0 to the Blades.
2-0 to the Blades. Yep, share your thoughts down below. Next up we go to Ellen Road, where Leeds United take on Oxford United. We need to talk about a casualty, a managerial one. Des Buckingham has lost his job. Look, I understand that they'd been treading water and probably trending down in the table for the last few weeks, but that's what I call like a regression to the mean. They've come up unexpectedly in the League One playoffs, had a pretty good start, and now they're just starting to fall back into trouble. But they're not even in the bottom 3, and they've sacked him.
Yeah.
Look, it might have seemed like, it looked like they were going to go down. Let's get rid of him and see if we can stay up with someone else. But it still seems harsh. As for this one, Leeds United, they'll want to bounce back. They only drew with Preston last week. They need to win these games, and I think they will. And it's time for a bonus point. 5-0.
5-0?
Yep.
Oh my days.
Oxford currently don't have a manager. Leeds United at home, those fans, I'm going to predict a riot.
But they only managed to draw last week to Preston. I know they came back to get the draw, but...
Look, they're at home now. They're going to win.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt they're going to win, but 5-0, that seems so harsh. What I think is harsh as well is that when there's I'd say it's a surprise sacking, getting rid of Des Buckingham, when he is almost like he'd done too well with Oxford, and he's almost a victim of his own success there. And then you almost feel like, do you know what, because of him going, I don't want them to do well, but the only people that suffer then is the fans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I hope they stay up still, because they are.
Well, I don't know if they will now. Yeah, generally I don't know if they will now. Depends who they get in.
If they get, I know they've been linked with Gary Rowett. I think he's a decent manager, but we'll see.
He could do a job, to be fair. I'll say 3-0 Leeds. I'm going to go moderate. I do think there could be a few goals. I think there'll be lots of shots on target, lots of possession in favour of Leeds, but I don't see there being many more goals than that. I think there'll be loads of chances, but yeah, I think 3-0, still comfortable, and then maybe after the third they'll just coast, get it over the line, get the clean sheet, 3 points.
There you go. Yep, do share your thoughts. We go 3-0 and 5-0. Next up we go to the Den, Sophie. Millwall take on Blackburn Rovers. This one's fairly straightforward, isn't it? Blackburn are in great form.
They are.
They just keep winning. So let's back them. 2-1 Blackburn. Millwall obviously in transition at the minute. I wonder if they might come good in the second half once they've got a bit of a strategy. But at the minute, it's a team...
Injuries as well, haven't they? They've got injuries.
Well, that as well. But it's like a team like Blackburn at the minute who are going like a train, and Millwall are like a carrier bag blowing in the wind, and it stands no chance. The train's going to run right through it.
Yeah, what did you say, 2-1?
2-1.
I'll say 1-0 Blackburn, because what seems to be happening at the moment is the Millwall 1-0 seems to be happening against them. So I feel like Blackburn, they might have a few more goals, but I feel like they're going to dominate this game, to be honest. They're absolutely flying under John Eustace. I think he's a great manager. I'd said I would have took him at Coventry before Frankie was appointed, but...
Frankie?
Yeah, well, we're on nickname basis now. So, yeah, old Frankie, I mean, he's doing a job, but John Eustace, he's getting the best out of those players. And as you mentioned, Millwall aren't in the best of form right now, so you just don't want to be playing Blackburn whilst they're on that upward trajectory and the momentum's in their favour. So 1-0 Rovers.
1-0 Rovers. Yeah, we're both back in Blackburn. Do share your thoughts down below. The next one, Sophie, is at Home Park. Plymouth Argyle versus Middlesbrough. It's a long old journey just before Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I salute those Middlesbrough fans making the journey. Of course, I salute any Plymouth fans that have been going away watching their team this season, because you're just getting beaten every week. And to be honest, for Plymouth to go away to Sheffield United and only lose 2-0 is one of their best away results this season.
Yeah.
Let's try and be nice. We do prefer them at home, but I'm a bit worried here for Plymouth. If they lose this and lose the next one, I don't know. I mean, the pressure's definitely building. We've got them at home on Boxing Day.
I know, can't wait.
I'm looking forward to that.
They've got a few injuries, to be fair. They've got their main striker out, Whittaker. Yeah. And then they've got other key players out. I think Rooney was going on about he's going to have to bring some academy players through. One that was meant to start the other day, then got ill. So it's like, God, it's desperate times.
I'm trying to think what I'm going to do here. It's got to have goals because Middlesbrough keep winning, and they gave me some points last week because I backed Middlesbrough 1-0 and it was 1-0. So I'm hot on Middlesbrough at the minute. I'm going for Borough. I'm going for Borough. Red Army 3-1.
3-1. Okay, you're giving them a goal.
Yeah.
I'm going for the same deficit. I'm going to say Borough 2-0.
Oh.
I think it could be a little bit of a similar tale against as Plymouth played against Sheffield United, where I think they might play well in portions of the game. I think they'll still concede, but I don't think it'll be a massive drubbing, if that makes sense. So I don't see them getting anything from this right now. They've got a few key players out injured. They're conceding for fun by the Sheffield United game, so try and keep it close if you can, but Borough 2-0.
They've got to start winning, well, yeah, even drawing at some point, Plymouth, because they're picking up nothing at the minute. I mean
they've
nothing.
got players returning in Jan. If they can hit that January transfer market pretty strong, then who knows? But until then, I think they're just going to limp into Jan.
But, you're throwing games away until then, possibly.
Well, I mean, they might not. It's just... how I feel right now.
Right, let's go to West London, Sophie. Queen's Park Rangers take on Preston North End. Both teams deserve quite a bit of credit for some recent results. Preston so nearly beat Leeds United, but a draw is still a solid result. They're hard to beat, aren't they? Don't back Preston to concede quite a few goals, I'd say. They're always solid. I know they've struggled so far this season, but I think since Heckenbottom's come in, they've been pretty hard to beat. That said, QPR are on a decent little run.
They are.
Back-to-back home wins and then an away draw. Both need to win to start moving up the table, but I'm going to respect them both by saying they're both not going to lose and go for a slightly unhelpful 1-1 draw.
Who's at home? Did you say
QPR.
QPR?
Yeah.
I feel like they've turned their home form around, so 1-0 QPR. I don't think there'll be many goals in this, and I think it's going to be a really, really close game, but I do fancy QPR just to edge it. Their home form has been pretty good. Obviously, back-to-back wins. If they can make it 3, that'd be unreal. But Preston and no mugs, they're very, very compact, hard to break down. So I think this could be a tight game, but I am just edging QPR.
You're going different to me, just so you can score points.
I know, and it's going to backfire.
Next up, Sophie, let's go to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland take on Norwich City. Two teams we expect to be in the playoff picture this season, but let's be honest, Sophie, one team has been a lot better than the other. Norwich lost last week to Burnley. They were leading and threw it away. As for Sunderland, they were on the road, they were trailing, and they came from behind to win, and that was a big win. I feel like that's a statement win.
Yeah.
Because it's felt like they've had a great start, the form went off it, and they've just been having a couple of decent results here and there. But that win at Swansea, it was really impressive.
Yeah.
And I'm going to back Sunderland to win again here. Sunderland 2, Norwich 1.
Yeah, I think sometimes, obviously, you don't want to be losing in games, but that's when you show real character.
Yeah.
And they did. It was a very good performance in the end to turn that around. So I'm going to reward them. And what did you say your score was?
2-1.
Oh, I was going to say 2-1.
You can if you want to.
Right, yeah, I'll say 2-1 as well. I do feel like Norwich might get a goal here, but right now on form, it's got to be Sunderland, surely.
It's got to be. Yeah, they're honestly flying. So, Sunderland fans, do share your thoughts. I'm sure we've given you the kiss of death and you'll probably now lose. And the final game, Sophie, is at the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion take on Bristol City. We must also mention, Sophie, at the time of recording, West Brom's manager Carlos Corberán is very heavily linked with the Southampton job.
He's been linked with multiple jobs though. His agent's working overtime. I don't even think it's him. I think it's his agent.
Once again, while in the short term it's a step up because Southampton are currently in the Premier League, I don't think many managers would save them right now. And West Brom has got a chance of getting them up. I know they've been a bit draw heavy, but he's made them solid over a couple of years, and I think Corberán's doing a good thing at West Brom. Stay there. You might get to the Premier League within a year or two. We'll see. As for this one, they take on Bristol City, who are up and down.
Yeah.
Good results here and there.
Yeah. Another one that are really hard to predict.
Let's go. West Brom have stopped drawing now. It's no longer the Drawthorns. Let's go for West Brom. 1-0.
Okay, I'm going to go back to drawing ways. I'm going to say 1-1. Just because you don't know which Bristol City will turn up. They are very up and down. I don't know what to make of them. What I will say with West Brom is they can play some really nice football, can be very, very clinical and difficult to break down. So I think it'll be a low scoring one. But I feel like moment of magic from Bristol City will get them a goal. That's as far as it goes. I think it'll be a point apiece. 1-1.
There you go. Going for a draw and a West Brom win. And that wraps up the Championship predictions, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Please be sure to have dropped a like. We're going for a big one, 3,000. So it means every single one of you, even the ones that don't usually hit the like button, need to do so today. Make sure to subscribe as well. In all seriousness, a massive thank you for your support this year. We will be back with Championship predictions just before Christmas for the Boxing Day games. And if you're looking for the Portsmouth Coventry vlog, that'll be out Sunday morning. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
We will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.